In a world where magic intertwines with reality, a hidden forest holds timeless secrets that can heal or destroy. Each blossom whispers tales of the past, waiting for a heart brave enough to listen. What happens when hope dares to bloom amidst the shadows of forgotten memories? Deep within the forgotten forest, a solitary healer named Elara nurtured her gifts. With each flower she tended to, she felt the pulse of the forest, a connection to the souls that came before her. Yet, a lingering sadness haunted her heart, a secret she couldn't unveil. Elara was gifted with the ability to mend broken hearts and soothe troubled spirits, but it was her own heart that needed healing, one burdened by a past she dared not confront. Each day she resolved to unfold her secret, yet fear held her back. Legend spoke of the heartwood tree, a mythical giant that stood at the forest's core. It was said to hold the memories of all who had walked its roots. Elara knew that confronting her secret meant seeking the whispers of the heartwood. Determined, Elara embarked on her quest, each step echoing with the promise of revelation. The forest welcomed her with a symphony of sounds, a reminder that she was not alone. Each rustle in the leaves called her forward, towards her destiny. As she drew nearer to the heartwood tree, Elara felt a surge of emotions. Memories flooded her mind: laughter, sorrow, lost love. Each memory was a petal falling from the tree, urging her to release her burden. Would she find the strength to face her past? Reaching the heartwood tree, Elara placed her hands upon its bark, feeling the warmth of ancient life flowing through her. The tree responded, its heart pulsing in rhythm with her own. It was time to uncover the truth hidden deep within her soul. The whispers of the heartwood enveloped her, revealing visions of her past. She saw moments of love and betrayal, joy and anguish. Each vision was a thread, weaving the story of her life, a tapestry she had longed to understand. With each vision, Elara faced the truth. Her deepest fear had always been the loss of those she loved. It was this fear that had kept her from fully embracing her gifts, the very gifts that could heal not just others, but herself. In a moment of clarity, Elara understood that to heal, she must first forgive herself. She had to let go of the burdens she carried. With determination in her heart, she spoke to the heartwood, asking for guidance to release her past. The heartwood responded, its branches swaying gently. In a powerful moment, Elara felt a rush of energy as the tree shared its strength with her. Tendrils of light entwined around her, lifting the weight of her secret from her heart. As the energy flowed through her, Elara envisioned her fears transforming into blossoms. Each blossom represented a lesson learned, a memory embraced. She understood that her past was not a burden, but a foundation from which to grow. With a newfound clarity, Elara knew that she could now help others heal their own wounds. The forest would thrive with the love she radiated, and her past would serve as a beacon of hope for those seeking solace. Elara returned to her home within the heart of the forest, where she began to share her gifts openly. Each day brought new visitors, drawn by the whispers of the heartwood and the healing blooms that surrounded her. Among the forest dwellers was a wandering bard named Kale, whose music resonated with Elara's heart. Together, they discovered that love, much like healing, requires vulnerability and the courage to face one's own secrets. As their bond grew, Kale shared his own fears, memories of lost love and heartache. Elara listened intently, realizing that everyone has secrets that shape their journey. In sharing their stories, they found strength in one another. United in vulnerability, Elara and Kale embarked on a mission to bring healing to the wider world beyond the forest. They traveled to distant villages, sharing their gifts and the stories of their own healing journeys. With each village visited, they witnessed transformation, the blossoms of hope spreading like wildfire. The tales of the forgotten forest began to inspire others, igniting a movement of healing, love, and acceptance across the land. But amidst their journey, a shadow loomed. A dark sorceress threatened to disrupt their peace, intent on claiming the Heartwood's power for herself. Elara and Kale knew they would have to confront this darkness, united in their love and purpose. Elara called upon the forest's strength, gathering the wisdom of the heartwood. Together, she and Kale prepared for the confrontation, understanding that love was their most potent weapon against the encroaching darkness. As the sorceress approached, the forest trembled, the heartwood's pulse quickening in response to the looming danger. Elara and Kale stood their ground, ready to defend their home and the love that had blossomed from their shared journeys. The sorceress unleashed her dark magic, tendrils of shadow swirling towards them. But Elara, filled with love and hope, conjured a radiant shield of light, countering the darkness and illuminating the forest with vibrant colors. Kale joined Elara, his music harmonizing with her energy. Together, they formed a powerful bond of light that pushed back against the shadows, the forest responding to their love with flourishing blossoms and radiant energy. As the battle raged on, Elara realized that true power lies not just in magic, but in the connections forged through love and understanding. With this realization, she poured her heart into the shield, amplifying its strength. The sorceress, feeling the weight of their love, began to falter. The darkness within her stirred, challenged by the light that Elara and Kale embodied. It was a moment of vulnerability, a chance for redemption. In an act of bravery, Elara called to the sorceress, offering understanding and compassion. "You are not alone," she said. "We all carry secrets. Let us help you heal, as we once healed ourselves." The sorceress hesitated, the darkness around her flickering like a dying flame. For the first time, she felt the possibility of acceptance. In that moment, Elara and Kale's love reached out, embracing her in warmth. With a final surge of courage, the sorceress released her dark magic, allowing the shadows to dissolve. The forest erupted in blossoms, colors brightening with each moment of release. Love had triumphed, healing all wounds. In the aftermath, Elara, Kale, and the sorceress stood together, united in their journey of healing. They recognized the strength in their shared experiences, knowing that love could conquer all darkness. Elara's once burdened heart now radiated with hope. The forest flourished, a reflection of the love and healing that had taken root. She had not just healed herself, but had helped others discover their own paths to healing. Together with Kale, they established a sanctuary for those seeking healing, a place where stories were shared and hearts mended. The forgotten forest had become a beacon of hope for all who entered, echoing with laughter and love. As the sun set beyond the trees, Elara felt gratitude for the journey that had led her here. Each challenge, each triumph, had shaped her into the healer she was today. The burden of her secrets had transformed into a gift of strength. The forest continued to thrive, its magic intertwined with the love that blossomed within. Ilara's heart echoed with the whispers of hope, reminding her that healing is a journey, not a destination. And every day, she chose to embrace it. Elara's laughter rang through the forest, a melody of joy that harmonized with the songs of nature. Each day brought new challenges, but with Kale by her side, she felt ready to face anything that came their way. As seasons changed and years passed, Elara continued to grow as both a healer and a person. The forest mirrored her journey, ever evolving, reminding her that growth often comes from embracing one's roots. And so, the legacy of the Forgotten Forest flourished. Tales of Elara and Kale's love, of their courage and healing, spread far and wide, inspiring generations. The bond they forged became a guiding light for those who sought their own paths. Elara often returned to the heartwood tree, now a symbol of her journey. It stood as a reminder of the healing power of love and the importance of facing one's truths. Each visit deepened her connection to the forest and its magic. One day, as Elara sat beneath the heartwood, she felt a shift in the air. A new adventurer approached the forest, eyes wide with wonder and a heart full of secrets. Elara smiled, her heart open, ready to guide another on their healing journey. As she welcomed the newcomer, Elara understood that the cycle of healing would continue. The forest, filled with love and resilience, would always be a sanctuary for those seeking refuge from their burdens. The story of Alara and the Forgotten Forest is a testament to the power of love and healing. No matter how heavy the burden of secrets, there is always hope for transformation. Together, we can find strength and create a world where love blooms eternally. Join us in embracing our stories, sharing our burdens, and cultivating a garden of hope where love can flourish. Remember, every secret can be a step towards healing. Every heart can bloom with the light of understanding. As you journey through your own life, may you find inspiration in the tales of love and resilience. May you always seek the light, even in the darkest of times, and remember that hope can bloom in the most unexpected places. Until our next adventure, let the stories of Alara and Kale remind you of the strength that lies within your heart. Together, let us continue to nurture love, embrace our truths, and heal the world one heart at a time. Thank you for joining us on this magical journey through the Forgotten Forest. Remember, love is the greatest healer, and your story matters. Until next time, keep blooming and let your heart shine. As the sun dipped below the horizon, shadows danced among the trees, whispering secrets of the past. Ilara's heart raced, sensing the weight of history pressing against her. With each step deeper into the forest, she felt the roots of their journey intertwine with the souls that once walked this path, their stories yearning to be told. Suddenly, a soft voice echoed through the stillness, calling out to them. It was Mira, the enigmatic healer, her presence radiating warmth and wisdom. "I have awaited your arrival," she spoke, her eyes sparkling with ancient knowledge. Elara felt an inexplicable connection to this mystical figure, as if their fates were intricately woven together. Mira beckoned them closer, revealing a garden of luminous flowers that thrived in the hidden glade. These blooms hold the memories of those who came before, each petal a fragment of their story. To heal the past, you must first embrace these truths, she instructed, her voice soothing yet firm. Kale stepped forward, drawn by the vibrant colors and the promise of understanding. "What must we do?" he asked, determination etching his features. Mira smiled knowingly. "Each flower must be spoken to, their stories released into the wind. Only then can healing begin. But beware, for not all memories are gentle. Some may carry burdens you are unprepared to face." Alara felt a shiver run through her as she grasped Kale's hand. "Together, we can face whatever shadows linger. We owe it to those who suffered before us," she whispered. The bond between them felt stronger than ever, fueled by a shared purpose to heal the lingering scars of the forest. As they approached the nearest bloom, Mira guided them. "Speak from your heart. Honor the stories within these petals. Let your emotions flow like the river that nourishes the forest." Alara closed her eyes, envisioning the countless souls awaiting release, their pain resonating in her heart. With a deep breath, Alara whispered, "I release your pain. May you find peace in the embrace of the forest once more." As the words left her lips, the flower pulsed with light, and a gentle breeze stirred the air, carrying with it a soft sigh, a release from anguish. Kale followed suit, his voice steady and resonant. "You are not forgotten. Your stories linger with us, woven into the fabric of our lives. May your burdens be lifted as we step forward together." Another bloom reacted, sending ripples of energy through the glade, illuminating their path ahead. As they continued their ritual of release, shadows began to swirl around them, dark tendrils of memory that clung to the edges of the glade. Mira's expression turned serious. "The forest remembers pain as much as it remembers love. You must face these shadows to truly heal." Alara shivered, sensing the weight of fear creeping in. "What if we are not strong enough?" she whispered, doubt gnawing at her heart. Kale squeezed her hand tighter, his voice unwavering. "Together, we are stronger than any shadow." We can conquer the darkness that binds us. With renewed resolve, they turned to face the swirling shadows. Mira raised her arms, channeling energy from the blooms around them. Stand firm, feel the love that surrounds you. It is your greatest weapon against the darkness, she instructed. The shadows loomed closer, whispering fears and regrets. Kale and Alara began to speak in unison, their voices rising above the chaos. We forgive you. We release you. You are free to move onward, away from our hearts. The shadows hesitated, flickering as if caught in the light of their love. With each word, the shadows began to dissipate, their forms shrinking until they were mere wisps of smoke. Alara could feel a lightness in her heart, a release of old burdens. The forest responded, the flowers glowing brighter, rejoicing in their triumph over despair. As the last of the shadows vanished, Mira smiled, her eyes twinkling with pride. You have shown great courage today, but your journey is far from over. There are more secrets buried within this forest, waiting for the light of your love to uncover them. Elara and Kale exchanged a glance, the bond of their love deepening with each challenge faced. We are ready to uncover whatever lies ahead, Kale declared, determination radiating from him. Elara nodded, feeling a renewed sense of purpose swell within her. Mira gestured towards a path that had seemingly appeared through the foliage, hinting at the mysteries that awaited them. Follow this path and let the forest guide your hearts. Trust in each other and in the love that has brought you this far. As they walked, the sounds of the forest enveloped them. Chirping birds, rustling leaves, a symphony of life. Elara felt alive, her senses heightened with every step. The forest was no longer just a backdrop. It was a living entity, aware of their every emotion and intention. Suddenly, they stumbled upon a clear spring, its waters shimmering like diamonds in the sunlight. This is the heart of the forest, Mira explained, her voice echoing softly. Many have come here seeking healing, and it is said that those who drink from its waters will find clarity in their purpose. Alara knelt beside the spring, cupping water in her hands. Will it reveal our destinies? She asked, her voice tinged with hope and uncertainty. Kale knelt beside her, his eyes fixed on the water. Whatever it shows us, we will face it together, he reassured her. With a breath of courage, Alara drank from the spring. Instantly, visions flooded her mind. Images of past lives intertwined with her own, shadowy figures reaching out, and a light piercing through the darkness. It was a revelation that would change everything. As the visions subsided, Alara gasped, her heart pounding. We are bound by more than love. Our destinies are intertwined across lifetimes. We must confront the shadows of our past to ensure our future shines bright, she declared, a newfound clarity illuminating her spirit. Alara stepped deeper into the forest, her heart racing with anticipation. The air was thick with the scent of wild flowers, vibrant and alive, each bloom a testament to the magic that pulsed through the land. Memories of her past danced around her, echoes of laughter and sorrow intertwining, urging her forward to confront the truths hidden in the shadows. As she walked, Elara could feel the presence of a wise spirit watching over her, an essence that belonged to the healer of old. Legends whispered of a guardian who could mend hearts and souls, and she hoped that this ancient being would guide her toward understanding the weight of her legacy. After what felt like an eternity, she stumbled upon a clearing where a circle of radiant flowers bloomed in vibrant colors. Each petal shimmered like precious gems, and Alara knelt, feeling drawn to their energy. This was not just a garden, but a sanctuary of healing, a place where past and future blended seamlessly. Alara closed her eyes, breathing in the fragrant air, and allowed the energy of the flowers to wash over her. Visions flooded her mind, images of past lives, of love lost and found, and of sacrifices made for the sake of a greater purpose. Each memory felt like a thread in a tapestry, weaving her destiny. Suddenly, A soft voice resonated within her mind, the voice of the ancient healer. To heal, one must first understand the pain. Embrace your past, Ilara, for it is the key to your future. Only then will you unlock the true power within you, it whispered, guiding Ilara with a gentle yet firm tone. Inspired by the healer's words, Ilara opened her eyes and glanced around the clearing. She noticed a cluster of flowers that appeared different from the rest, darker, yet alluring. They seemed to pulse with energy, silently beckoning her to uncover their mystery. With a sense of determination, she reached for them. As Alara grasped the flowers, a surge of visions overwhelmed her senses. She saw herself in a previous life, standing beside a lover whose face she could not fully make out. Their love was as fierce as it was forbidden, marred by misunderstandings and betrayals that had echoed through the centuries. The weight of their unfinished story bore down on her, and Alara felt tears streaming down her cheeks. I will not let our love fade into the shadows of time, she vowed, her heart resolute. With every pulse of energy from the flowers, she felt a promise of redemption and healing for both their souls. Determined, Ilara began to weave the energy of the flowers into a necklace, each bloom representing a memory of love, loss, and hope. The flowers shimmered under her hands, transforming into a beautiful piece of art, a tangible symbol of her journey towards healing her past. With the necklace complete, Ilara felt an overwhelming sense of warmth enveloping her. It was as if the spirits of her ancestors were surrounding her, affirming her journey and guiding her next steps. She stood tall, ready to face the challenges that lay ahead, her heart filled with hope and determination. As she prepared to leave the sanctuary, a rustle in the bushes caught her attention. Out stepped a creature of the forest, a majestic stag, its antlers adorned with vines and blossoms. It locked eyes with Ilara, and she felt an instant connection, as if it understood her mission. The stag approached slowly, its presence radiating wisdom and authority. Ilara realized it was more than just a creature. It was a guardian of the forest, a protector of the secrets she sought to uncover. She reached out, her hand trembling slightly, feeling the bond strengthen with each passing moment. In that moment, Ilara understood that she was not alone in her quest. The stag would accompany her, guiding her through the forest and unveiling the mysteries hidden within. Together, they would confront the shadows of the past and unlock the path toward healing and love. With renewed confidence, Ilara and the stag ventured deeper into the heart of the forest. As they navigated through the thick underbrush, Ilara felt the energy of the land pulsating beneath her feet, guiding them toward the ancient ruins that held the key to her past. After a while, they emerged into a clearing dominated by crumbling stone structures, covered in vines. The ruins exuded an aura of ancient magic, and Ilara felt an overwhelming sense of belonging wash over her. This was where her past had unfolded, and she was ready to uncover its secrets. As they approached the ruins, Ilara began to hear faint whispers carried by the wind, voices of those who once walked these grounds. It was a symphony of stories, some filled with love and joy, others steeped in pain and regret. Each note resonated with her heart, urging her to listen closely. Suddenly, a vision struck Ilara like lightning. She saw herself in the midst of a grand celebration, surrounded by friends and family, laughter ringing out. But as the scene shifted, she witnessed a moment of betrayal that changed everything. A heart-wrenching image seared into her memory. The vision faded, leaving Ilara breathless. She realized that this betrayal had repercussions, not just for herself, but for all those she loved. It was a cycle that needed to be broken, a truth that demanded to be faced. With a deep breath, she turned to the stag, ready to confront the past together. Together, they approached the center of the ruins, where a large stone altar stood, worn by time but still radiating power. Ilara felt drawn to it, sensing that this altar held the answers to the questions that plagued her heart and mind. She placed her hand upon its surface, seeking connection. As her palm pressed against the altar, visions swirled around her once more, revealing fragmented memories of choices and sacrifices made long ago. Alara saw glimpses of lovers torn apart by fate and the love that endured despite insurmountable odds. Each scene ignited a fire within her. These choices shaped our destinies, and I will not let their burden crush me any longer, Alara declared. She felt a surge of strength coursing through her veins as she embraced her past, ready to rewrite the narrative of love and loss. The stag stood by her side, a vigilant guardian, as she prepared to make her stand. With newfound clarity, Alara began to recite the names of those lost to the shadows of time, friends, family, and lovers who had sacrificed everything for love. Each name echoed in the clearing, gaining power as it resonated with the energy of the forest. The air thrummed with anticipation. As she spoke, the flowers from her necklace began to glow, responding to her invocation. The very essence of the forest seemed to awaken, and Alara felt the spirits of her ancestors surrounding her, lending their strength to her cause. It was as if the past was rising to meet her, ready for resolution. In that moment of unity, Alara realized she was not just a vessel of her own past, but a link to every soul who had ever loved deeply and lost painfully. The weight of their stories filled her heart, and she knew she must carry their burdens to heal not just herself, but the entire tapestry of intertwined destinies. With the stag beside her, she raised her arms, channeling the energy of the forest. The air crackled with magic as she focused on the altar, determined to break the cycles of pain and betrayal. This was her moment to transform the darkness into light, to heal the past once and for all. As she invoked the magic of the forest, the world around her began to shift. Colors brightened, shadows retreated, and the whispers grew louder, affirming her strength. Alara felt the love of those she had lost surrounding her, infusing her with courage, a reminder that hope always blooms in adversity. Suddenly, the altar erupted with light, and Alara was engulfed in a blinding radiance. Visions of joy and love flooded her consciousness, reminding her of the beauty that coexisted with the pain. She understood now that healing was not just about forgetting, but rather embracing the full spectrum of her emotions. As the light enveloped her, Alara felt an overwhelming sense of peace washing over her spirit. The burdens of the past began to lift, replaced by the warmth of forgiveness and understanding. She had transformed her pain into a source of strength, a beacon for others lost in the shadows. In that moment, the stag stepped forward, its presence a reminder of the guardianship shared between them. Alara understood that true healing involved both embracing the past and looking forward to the future. Together, they would forge a new path, unshackled from the chains of old wounds. As the light began to fade, Alara opened her eyes to the world around her, transformed and renewed. The ruins, once steeped in sadness, now radiated a vibrant energy, a testament to the love that had endured and the healing that had taken place. She smiled, knowing the journey was far from over. Feeling invigorated, Alara turned to the stag, gratitude swelling in her heart. Thank you for guiding me through this journey. Together, we have awakened the love that has been lost for too long. I can feel the past healing, but I know there is more ahead that we must face together. She spoke earnestly. The stag nodded, its wise eyes reflecting understanding. It seemed to say that the journey through the forgotten forest was only the beginning. There were other realms to explore, other hearts to mend, and more love stories waiting to be rewritten. A tapestry of hope yet to be woven. Elara took a deep breath, feeling the energy of the forest pulse through her. She realized that it was time to leave this sacred place, but carry its lessons with her. Each step forward would be guided by the knowledge that love prevails, and healing is an ongoing journey. As they walked side by side, the forest seemed to hum a new melody, a song of hope, of love, and of healing. Elara felt lighter, brighter, and more attuned to the world around her. It was as if the trees and flowers were celebrating her journey, their colors vibrant and alive. With each step, Ilara's heart swelled with anticipation for what lay ahead, the adventures she would embark on, the souls she would encounter, and the love she would foster. She was no longer just a seeker, she was a healer, ready to embrace her destiny and help others find their paths. As they ventured forth, the sun began to set, casting a golden hue across the landscape. Elara knew that the night would bring new challenges, but she felt prepared. The lessons of love, strength, and sacrifice would light her way, guiding her through the uncertainties that lay ahead. Suddenly, a rustling noise interrupted her thoughts. From the shadows emerged a figure cloaked in mystery, their presence commanding yet inviting. As they drew closer, Alara could sense that this stranger carried their own burdens, a voice echoing the struggles she had just begun to understand. "I have been waiting for you, Elara," the figure spoke softly, their voice like velvet. "The forest has whispered your name, and I bring news of a great challenge that lies ahead, one that will test your newfound strength and resolve. Are you prepared to confront it?" Elara felt a shiver run down her spine, sensing the weight of the figure's words. "What is this challenge?" she inquired, her heart racing with a mix of fear and excitement. She knew that every journey had its trials, and she was ready to face whatever came next, armed with the wisdom of her past. The figure stepped closer, lowering their hood to reveal a familiar face, one from her past life. It was a reminder of the love she had lost and the sacrifices made. To heal the past, you must first confront the shadows that linger, those who seek to keep you from your destiny, they revealed, voice tremulous with emotion. Alera's heart raced at the recognition. This was the very person who had been entwined in her past, their destinies interlinked through time. She felt a surge of emotions, love, loss, and the ache of unfinished business. Yet she also felt the strength of their bond, rekindling the fire within her heart. "I thought I had lost you forever," Elara whispered, her voice trembling. The cloaked figure nodded, their expression solemn yet filled with warmth. "We are bound by more than just love. We share a destiny that cannot be severed. I was sent to guide you in your greatest trial yet, one that will test our bond and the love that connects us." Alara's heart swelled with a mix of hope and trepidation. What must I do? How can we confront these shadows together? The figure took a deep breath, the weight of their shared history evident in their eyes. "There are forces at play that seek to tear us apart. We must unite our strengths to face them head on." With a newfound sense of purpose, Alara nodded. "Together, we will not only confront the shadows but also heal the wounds that have haunted us for centuries. I refuse to let the past dictate my future any longer. Let us forge a new path of love and understanding, one where hope blooms eternal." As they prepared to set forth, the forest seemed to echo with a sense of anticipation. The energy around them pulsed with the promise of challenges ahead, but also the potential for growth and healing. Together, they would not only confront their past, but also embrace the possibilities of a brighter future. With hearts intertwined, the group stepped deeper into the forgotten forest, where every rustling leaf seemed to whisper secrets of ages long past. The air shimmered with magic, setting the stage for their impending revelations. Shadows danced around them, concealing truths that must be faced before they could truly heal. As they walked, Elara, the mystical healer, felt a pull towards an ancient oak, its gnarled roots twisted in a dance with time. This was no ordinary tree. It was a living testament to the struggles and victories of those who had come before. She placed her hand on its trunk, feeling the pulse of memories flow through her. The moment her fingers touched the bark, visions flooded her mind. Lost souls seeking redemption, heartbeats echoing with longing. She gasped, realizing it was time to uncover the burdens each of them carried, laid bare beneath the watchful gaze of the forest. These secrets, once shackled in shadows, demanded to be known. Gathering her courage, Alara turned to her companions, urging them to share their deepest fears and regrets. The forest responded, a gentle breeze swirling around them, urging them to speak. Each confession would unlock a bond stronger than any spell, a connection woven through the fabric of their shared struggles. First to step forward was Kael, his voice trembling as he revealed a childhood marked by abandonment and loss. The weight of his past hung heavily in the air, but with each word, a sense of relief washed over him. The forest sighed, enveloping them in warmth, a sign of acceptance from the very trees. Tara followed, her heart racing as she spoke of a love betrayed and trust shattered. Tears glistened like dew on her cheeks, but as she shared her story, the forest seemed to bloom, vibrant flowers erupting around them. It was a sign that healing was possible, even from the deepest scars. As each story unfolded, the air thickened with emotion, every confession weaving a tapestry of resilience. Alara felt the power of their unity strengthening, a collective heartbeat echoing through the grove. They were not alone. They were bound by shared pain and aspirations for a brighter future. Finally, it was Alara's turn to unveil her secret. With a deep breath, she revealed the fear of her own abilities, of her past failures as a healer. But as she spoke, a radiant light enveloped her, the forest recognizing her vulnerability as a strength. She was ready to embrace her true self. With the weight of their secrets lifted, the forest began to transform, reflecting their newfound clarity. The trees swayed, and blossoms erupted in a riot of colors, symbolizing hope and healing. It was a testament to their courage, a celebration of love's power to mend the soul. Yet, as they reveled in their liberation, a dark shadow loomed over the grove. An ancient force, guardian of the forest, emerged, demanding to know why they disturbed the sacred ground. The friends stood together, unyielding, ready to defend the bonds they had forged through their shared truths. Elara stepped forward, her heart pounding yet resolute. She spoke of their journey, of love overcoming darkness, and of the healing blossoming within. The guardian listened, its form wavering in the light of their resolve, sensing the authenticity of their intentions. The guardian paused, contemplating their words. It was bound by duty, but moved by their sincerity. Could this group of friends, united by their past, truly bring about a renewal of the forest? The air thickened with tension as they awaited its verdict, hope flickering like a candle flame. Finally, the guardian spoke, its voice echoing like thunder, yet soft and wise. If you seek to heal this forest, you must first heal your own hearts completely. Only then will the magic return and hope can flourish once more. The weight of this task settled upon them, yet it filled them with determination. Determined, they agreed to embark on a final journey, each pledging to confront their deepest wounds. The forest, now alive with colors and energy, seemed to nod in agreement, its spirit intertwined with theirs. This was not just about healing the land, but about healing themselves together. As they ventured deeper, they discovered enchanted pools filled with shimmering waters, each reflecting a fragment of their past. Elara approached the first pool, the water bubbling invitingly, revealing her childhood fears wrapped in the guise of shadows. It was time to face them. Elara knelt beside the pool, her reflection morphing into the frightened child she once was. Tears streamed down her cheeks as she whispered words of forgiveness to the girl trapped in the mirror. In that moment, the water rippled, breaking the chains of her past, granting her the strength to move forward. Next, Tara approached a pool that reflected her lost love, a bittersweet memory filled with both joy and pain. She took a deep breath, recalling the lessons learned through heartache. As she caressed the surface of the water, the vision began to shift, allowing her to release the hurt, transforming it into acceptance. Kale was next, staring into the depths of a pool that revealed the faces of those who had abandoned him. The pain of rejection surged within him, but as he gazed deeper, he saw the strength he had cultivated in their absence. With a determined heart, he spoke words of empowerment, reclaiming his worth. As each friend faced their reflections, the pools shimmered brighter, a testament to their willingness to confront their truth. The forest seemed to celebrate their bravery, encouraging them to delve deeper into their pasts. Each revelation brought them closer to the heart of the forest and their own healing. Finally, they gathered around a central pool, shimmering with the light of their collective truths. Alara raised her hand, urging them to join in a circle once more. Together, they would channel their newly found strength into the essence of the forest, a final act of love and healing. As they focused their energy, the pool erupted in a dazzling display of colors. Swirling like the dawn of a new day, the power of their love washed over the forest, revitalizing every tree and flower. It was as if the very soul of the land was awakening, transformed by their sacrifices. In that moment, the guardian appeared once more, now bathed in a warm light, a smile gracing its features. You have proven that healing begins within. The forest is forever changed, and so are you. Carry this magic with you and let it guide your journey ahead. With hearts overflowing with gratitude, the friends embraced one another, a circle of love and support forged through their trials. The forest had gifted them not only healing, but also a deeper understanding of the strength found in vulnerability and connection. As they stepped away from the central pool, the forest vibrated with life, flowers blooming in their wake. The path ahead was clear, illuminated by the light of their combined spirits. They had not only healed the forest, but rekindled the magic within themselves. But as they ventured forth, the shadows of the past lingered at the edges of their minds. Each step forward would require continuous reflection and resolve. They would need to nurture their lessons and remember the courage it took to face their truths. Alara paused, sensing the weight of their journey ahead. She turned to her friends, determination shining in her eyes. We have the power to create our own stories now. Let's do so with love, compassion, and the wisdom we've gained here in the Forgotten Forest. With hands joined, they walked forward, the energy of the forest surging around them, supporting their steps. The leaves whispered encouragement. The wind carried their laughter, and the sunlight danced playfully through the branches above. They were no longer confined by their pasts. Suddenly, a flicker of light darted before them, revealing a small, ethereal creature, a spirit of the forest. It spun around them joyfully, lifting their spirits even higher. This was a sign that their journey was blessed, and the magic of the forest would always guide them onward. The spirit led them through a series of breathtaking glades, each filled with wonders beyond their imagination. They encountered luminous flowers that sang and trees that whispered ancient wisdom. The forest was a living tapestry of magic, echoing the love they had ignited within. At the heart of the forest, they discovered a magnificent waterfall cascading into a crystal clear pool. The water sparkled like diamonds, and as they approached, they felt an overwhelming sense of peace wash over them. This was a sacred place where love and healing converged. Elara felt drawn to the edge of the pool, its surface reflecting their united faces. They knelt together, dipping their fingers into the water, a symbolic act of solidifying their bond. In that moment, they knew their destinies were forever intertwined with the magic of the forest. With renewed resolve, they made a pact to honor the lessons learned in the Forgotten Forest. Together, they would nurture their relationships and continue to grow, no longer shackled by the fear of their pasts, but free to explore the richness of their futures. As they prepared to leave the heart of the forest, the spirit circled around them, one last time, its glow brighter than ever. It whispered words of encouragement, reminding them that the magic of love and friendship would always be with them, no matter where their paths led. With hearts full of gratitude, they turned to face the path that lay ahead. Together, they stepped into the sunlight, the forest behind them shimmering with promise. Though the challenges would be many, they were no longer alone in their journey. As they walked into the new dawn, the sounds of the forest faded behind them, replaced by the whispers of their newfound hopes. Each step resonated with purpose, a reminder that they had the power to transform their lives with love and healing wherever they went. Though the journey was far from over, they could feel the magic of the forgotten forest within them, guiding their every decision. Their souls carried the essence of healing, woven with every lesson learned, every tear shed, and every joy shared among friends. And so, with laughter in their hearts and hope in their spirits, they ventured into the unknown. Each new day would be a canvas waiting to be painted, a story waiting to be written, filled with love, adventure, and the promise of healing that would never fade. As they journeyed further, whispers of the forgotten forest echoed in their minds, a reminder of their roots and the magic that had forever transformed them. They were now the guardians of their own stories, carrying the light of healing wherever life would take them. The bond they forged in the forest would be the anchor in turbulent seas, a guiding star in moments of doubt. They had learned that love and healing were not merely destinations, but journeys that required nurturing every single day. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of gold and crimson, they paused to reflect on the path that had brought them here. Each twist and turn had shaped their souls, and they felt gratitude swell within them for every moment they had shared together. With the promise of a new dawn ahead, they knew they would carry the lessons of the forgotten forest in their hearts. Love had blossomed in the depths of their struggles, and it would continue to grow, no matter the challenges that lay ahead. As they moved forward, they embraced not only the light of hope, but also the shadows of their past, knowing that both were vital in shaping who they had become. They were ready to write a new chapter that would honor their experiences while celebrating their growth. In the end, it was not just the secrets of the forest that had healed them. It was the love and friendship shared among them that had created the true magic. Together, they had transformed their burdens into bridges and their fears into strengths, achieving the extraordinary together. As they set their sights on the horizon, they smiled at the adventure that awaited them. The world was vast and filled with possibilities, and with each step, they would weave their narratives, forging paths of love and healing wherever they roamed. And so, with love in their hearts and hope guiding their way, they ventured forth into the tapestry of life. The forgotten forest would always remain a part of them, and every step they took would resonate with the magic of healing, echoing the promise that hope blooms eternal.